it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today is Craftmas Season 2, Episode 7, and we have a fun project for you. Now first, excuse my face, I was playing with makeup. Let me know what you think down below if I look like someone who was struck by a deadly zombie virus. Making this sign had me thinking about fun things that I could do with makeup. Now, we are going to go over how to make this adorable painted wooden sign. Now, the sign blank is from Dollar General, and I think it was $3, and it is an 8x8 piece of unfinished wood. And the file is available on my Patreon page for $10 or more a month patrons. And the reason why these are for $10 or more a month is because these are for commercial use. If you're $4 or more, don't forget you still get access to all the Disney and all the licensed ones and the regular monthly SVG. Now give me a moment and I'll show you how we made this. Okay, so for today's Craftmas project, we're using the unfinished wood panel. It's 8x8 and this came from Dollar General. I think it was $3, but it's been a while since I purchased it. And I've already cut my vinyl. I did not weed it because this is a paint project. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the paper backing, and this vinyl has been masked. And it is cut to an 8x8 square, so that way I would know where all of my lettering would lay out. There we go. So I'm just laying that on there. Then I'm gonna take my squeegee and squeegee it down. And we're gonna make a super cute wood Halloween sign. So now I need to remove the mask layer off of this. And remember, you can save your mask. I do it all the time because mask is expensive. Mask is a lot more expensive per yard than vinyl. Like the Oracal 651, which is what I'm using. This is just the Oracal 651 in gloss black. So, there we go. And the paint that I used for the black is the Essentials acrylic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Easy Weeding wooden pick, and we're going to remove the letters that we're going to paint first. This helps to keep from getting paint all over the letters that you don't want to paint, if that makes sense. And it gives it a chance to dry before we move on to the next part. And I painted this about just a couple hours ago because it was an unfinished wood project, and I put just the lightest coat of black paint on it. And as you can see, it is a matte black paint. It didn't take very long to dry. And that is a Royal and Langen-Nickel, cannot talk today, Mars Black. Okay, so as you can see, we just weeded our word zombie. Now I'm just gonna reuse the paper that had the vinyl stuck to it, just to be able to put out the tiniest bit of paint. And for the zombie word, I'm going to use the Royal and Langnickel in bright yellow green. And this is a new paint, so I've taken the little thingy off. We're gonna squirt just the tiniest bit out. We don't need a whole lot. And typically when I'm working with wood signs like this, I do prefer to use a sponge brush and just dab instead of drag, and to me that helps keep my edges clean. So we're just gonna dab that paint on the word zombies. There we go. And part of the reason why I chose to use a shiny vinyl instead of a matte finish is because then it definitely helps me see where my letters are. And see, as you can see, I'm just sponging that in there, and I don't want it to have full perfect coverage. I do want it to kind of have that worn in look, I guess, if that's what you want to, how you want to say it. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my white pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that and sign, or the ampersand, that ampersand, and then the words, oh my. Now remember, if you are a $10 or more a month patron, you do get access to these files that are for commercial use, just so you know. There we go. Now this one's going to take a little bit more precision because of how it's placed, and I'm just using the Royal and Langnickel in titanium white. I was checking to see if I remembered to remove the little silver plastic thingy. And again, these paints came from Hobby Lobby. I buy these when they are on sale. I really try not to pay full price for paint. And as you can see, again, we're just dabbing that on with another sponge brush. And I buy these sponge brushes either in bulk from Hobby Lobby, or I'll order them on Amazon. You can find them extremely cheap, so that way you're not wasting. See, now you got to be really careful in those areas because that's where we're getting into the word ghost. But you can see it, so it's not like you don't know where you're painting. And since we're applying such a light layer of paint, it doesn't take too long to dry either. Okay. There we go. So there is our white layer finished. Now we're going to go ahead and weed the monsters word. But see, doing it this way, whenever you're placing several different colors, you don't have to worry about getting your paint where your paint's not supposed to go. There we go. And this would make a super cute teacher gift. This would make a great item to sell at any fall carnivals, or just to put on Facebook or your Etsy shop. I mean, and it's so inexpensive. There we go. Whew. Now for the word monsters, we're going to use the Liquitex in light blue. And I've used this one a bunch. And again, this is from Hobby Lobby. It was $4.99 originally. I paid, I think, well, no, I know what I paid. I paid $2.50. If you're going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's or any craft store like that for paint, they run them in cycles where you can get 50% off, and I definitely recommend waiting to purchase them till they are 50% off, because if not, you're paying, unless you absolutely have to have them, you know. And as you can see, I'm just doing that same stamping motion and applying the paint very, very lightly. Because we want those bright colors, but we don't want them super bright. You know, we want them kind of dingy, kind of scary. And the cool thing about this is if you have Halloween decor that is in certain colors, you can make this in any color scheme that you want for your house. Like, you don't have to use these certain colors that I'm using. And with these kind of scary looking fonts, if you do have any bleed, it doesn't matter. There we go. I try to be a better talker whenever I'm doing this part, but I get so concentrated on what I'm doing that I forget to talk. I'm making chicken and dumplings today for dinner because we actually had a cold front, which, you know, the weather's been about 65, 70 during the day, which is a cold front for us. And then we get, you know, 56, 55 degree nights. Okay, and now for the word ghost, we are using cadmium orange from Royal and Langnickel as well. Now we're just going to dab, dab, dab. Not the same kind of dabbing that was popular with the kids a few years back. I don't know about y'all, but to me it always feels like I'm so slow to the trends with the kids. Maybe it's just me. Okie dokie. But yeah, no, since my house is here, I can smell the chicken and dumplings, which is one of our cold weather, for this is us cold weather favorites in our household. Okie dokie. So everything is all painted. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the main outside layer, but I'm probably going to let the center stay till it's a little bit drier. And you want to do this carefully so that way you don't get paint in the places that you don't want it. Okay. Look how good that looks though. I mean, if I do have to say so myself. I guess we can go ahead and remove our centers. Now remember, if you do wait till it's dry to remove your centers, it will be a lot neater. And if you're using your Easy Weeding wooden pick to remove your centers, make sure to take and wipe down the tip. And I just stuck my finger in paint. Make sure to wipe down your tip before you switch between colors, because if not, you might get some paint that you don't want to in a place that you don't want, I guess is, yeah. You know what I mean. There we go. And you can do this on a shirt, you could do this on a bag, you could do this in a lot of different ways. It's just, I decided, you know, I've made a lot of shirts. Let's make a sign. Felt like I hadn't, and I felt like I haven't, which I really haven't, done a paint project in forever. And if you look, there's not a whole lot of bleeding. And I accidentally, when I was weeding, I took the center out of my, oh my. So be careful when you're taking the little stuff out. Okay. Just a couple of more little pieces. And the last ampersand. And if you want it to have more brightness to the colors, just apply a little bit more paint. That's completely up to you. But look how good that looks. Now give me a moment and I'll show you everything that we just did. Okay, so hopefully you liked this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon, that will notify you when I post new videos, which for Craftmas, it's every single weekday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget to check me out on all my social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as my second channel, which is where I do all my makeup, all of my vlogs, that kind of fun stuff, Disney stuff, just all kinds of randomness. And if y'all are interested in seeing a tutorial on this, let me know in the comments on my makeup channel, because I will do a tutorial. I was just playing today, but I really like how my makeup came out. Some of you don't care, but I think it's kind of cool. But I guess that's it, so we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.